tried anime glass painting, of which you may have seen on various platforms like TikTok and YouTube. Being a wee myself, I tried it and it didn't go horribly wrong. I started off with getting acrylic paints from Walmart, printing off Titan Aran, and then going to frickin' town. What I did learn first is that you shouldn't use any alcohol-based markers such as Sharpies or regular pens. This is because it's not as opaque and much more transparent than if you were to use oil-based markers. With oil-based markers, your lines will be so much cleaner and much easier to correct. And if you do need to correct them, you should use acetone or any nail polish remover will do. Also, with my first try with Titan Aran, globbing is the way to go. Do not use brush strokes because that will not cover all the spaces that you need. Make sure to routinely check the other side because it may feel like you got all the spots, but when you flip it, you'll see that there's a lot of parts that the paint didn't stick to. After I printed off the picture that I wanted to paint, I taped it to the glass because I didn't want the chance of it to move and misalign with the painting. I started off with outlining the picture using the oil-based Sharpie. Then I'd look for parts that would be considered closest to the surface if it were a 3D image and then start there. In other tutorials, they go back and forth with highlights and shadows. I like to start with the shadows. It's easier to layer on dark colors first because it won't be easily mixed with the colors you layer on after. Whereas if you do the highlights first, you might see the dark colors that are layered on after them through them, which will ruin the painting. And it's way harder to fix glass paintings than it is like canvas paintings. After I do the shadows, then I do my highlights and then usually whatever is left over. So this is like your base skin or like your face under the hair and things like that. If this video doesn't help you, because I am pretty vague on the process, there are a lot of tutorials on TikTok and YouTube that give you much more helpful tips. Honestly, you won't really know what works with your design until you try it yourself. I love doing this hobby so much and I ended up doing several other paintings, so hopefully here's a dope montage.
You, baby, my sugar boo, I'm levitating, the Milky Way, we're renegading.
Let's start a new life from the darkness. I'll give you my best. Yeah, hate to sorrow, desperation. Even your look needs a revolution.